I don't know if anyone else does this, but I'm always saying, I want to go home, I want to go home, I want to go home, I want to go home. Even when I'm at home, and this is something I've done for as long as I can remember. And I totally understand like saying I want to go home like when you're at work or school, but when you're at like your physical house, like your residence, your home, it makes no sense to be saying that, right? And I just kind of like chalked it up to like being a vocal stim or something. I even did a little bit of therapy work on it. It's like, oh, well, maybe it's because my parents were fighting and there was all these drugs in the house and I just wanted a better home. But even now that I am back home and things are so much better, I still say I want to go home. And it's like, what the fuck? Why? But no, I know that when I say I want to go home, or that I realize now, when I say that, I mean, I want to go back to where I came from. I want to go back to heaven, really. And yeah, that might sound a little woo-woo, a little bit like Tumblr-y, and if that's not your cup of tea, then fuck off. As I've leaned more into my faith and spirituality over the past 3 years, I recognize that I'm kind of more conscious. And not like, oh, I like more conscious than other people, but like, I never forgot my true home. And I think that's why a lot of people, just act out and are so hedonistic, or lazy, or they're just kind of sleepwalking through this life because they forgot that they are just a tenant of this earth for the time being. This isn't forever, or they think that they only got one shot and that's it, that there's nothing after this. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember everything about being on the other side. I know I was there for a very long time, and I think that's kind of an interesting way to look at it if you've been called like an old soul, especially since you were a kid, because this is like my first time being human, but I've witnessed and I've played these games before, just watching and trying to deliver the word of God. And when I say the word of God, I'm not talking about like the Christian God. The spiritual gumbo I sip from is way too like complex to put in like one YouTube short. All this to say, I feel very homesick with everything that's going on in the world, with things that are going on in my personal life. There has been a lot of death and decay and rot, and out of that has also come a lot of rebirth. I'm kind of like looking at God and like being like, can I come back now? How much longer do I have to be here? And it's not in like a suicidal way. I guess that's just sort of like my mortal impatience. I know, Mimus, I know.